legends. James Greentree from Emergent Leaders Foundation. Been talking to lots of people at the moment about what's going on in their family life, what's going on in society and everything like this, and navigating these intriguing times. One of the biggest things, though, is there's a lot of people out there with a huge amount of love that want to actually create a difference in the world. And that's so amazing to see, because realistically, at the moment, society is incarcerated in fear. And so the only actual breach of fear is love, believe it or not. And love creates and generates something quite transformative if you understand it properly. So the question that lots of people ask is, and someone is showering love as she walked past me, my daughter Penelope. So the question is, practically, how do I do this? How do I allow myself to express it? Well, the first thing is that when you're seeing divisiveness, because divisiveness is huge out there at the moment. It's a us versus them paradigm. Just look at how we've set up everything from politics to party for preferred system, and actually that's an us versus them. Everything like circular arguments, they're all a divisive thing. So how do we transcend that? Well, that's a great question. What can I do? Well, just imagine yourself as a parent having a look at two people arguing. Well, the thing is, when people argue, they're never actually hitting the core truth, because they'll dig in and there's an emotion which is obstructing them seeing reality. So as a harmonic leader, or being a parent or a person in an organisation or whatever, it doesn't matter. What we can do is we can see a question, we can ask a question and frame it to allow them to get out of the mud, to get out of the argument. Case in point, like I live near a place called Mullumbimby, quite eclectic, quite cool place. And it's got a pub in the centre of town called the Middle Pub. Matter of fact, if you want to start a revolution in Australia, that main street of Mullumbimby, great place to do it. The only thing is you'd have to get it done in 3 days, because then you'd have a revolution on your hands anyway. But anyway, that aside, you're in the Middle Pub and you've got 3 rugby league fans that are standing there at the bar and they're having a chat and they're going, which is the best rugby league player to ever walk the face of the planet? And each one of them from a different place or a different state in Australia will come up with a different answer, and they'll never agree. However, all of a sudden, bang, the front doors open up and there's a bunch of Aussie rulers. And for those around the world that don't know what Australian rules is, it's a different code of football. Might be the better code of football, we won't go there. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of Aussie rulers that storm into the pub. Now, you've got 3 rugby league fans at the bar, and you've got a swarm of Aussie rulers. What happens to the conversation of the rugby league players now? It elevates away from the divisive nature of the question to a new question, which is, what is the best code? And all of a sudden, the 3 unite. If they don't unite, they actually get separated, isolated, and then nullified. Overwhelmed. If they unite, that is their only chance of survival or resilience. Group resilience is far greater than individual resilience. So when we unite, we have to, and we can do this as a parent, as a leader, in any space. What we do is we see the division and we go, right, what is a question which will elevate us out of this quagmire? What question based in love will actually allow us to see the situation from a different paradigm and harmonize? And when you start focusing on that, then what happens is everything around you changes. Because people get stuck in divisiveness. They get stuck in this, I'm different to you, I have to be better than you, all the different subconscious programs that run. It doesn't matter what they are. They get stuck in that. It simply takes an intuitive leader, an intuitive parent, parents, leaders, whoever, an intuitive person to come along and go and offer a new question, a question in which elevates them out of this quagmire, out of this discussion, and brings an opportunity to see love. When we see love, it's palpable. Now, I used to be, being an ex-military officer, frontline soldier, love, talk to me about love, it's like I'd throw my voice deeper and, I couldn't mention the word. It's really funny that love is the only thing that stopped me taking my own life. Love of people around me, and people would say, all you have to do is love yourself. Biggest crock of shit in the New Age movement, just love yourself. Loving of self actually is an organic process which comes and is generated from inside when I come back to my source, whatever that source is for me. It's not something that I can just miraculously do like that. Matter of fact, in any journey home, it's often the last thing that will actually come. But when one sits in it when it does organically birth within, your life does start to transform. And let's face it, quite often, even in relationships, we love just evaporates out of the relationship, and we're just there because it's been the thing that we've done all the time. And Kirsten and I have gone through such a transformative, transcendent process in the last 6 months, where we dug so deep as to find the pure essence of myself, herself, and then the relationship. So love is not a given, and it's not hard work. The work is uncovering it. And so when you're a person seeing some divisiveness, our perfect role, our gift for humanity at the moment, is to simply ask the question. Two people arguing against each other over some nebulous bullshit, which realistically in 5 minutes time, if they haven't already, they'll forget about. And so asking the transcendent question, which allows them to lead, if they choose, you can't control them, but if they choose to get out of the quagmire and have an opportunity to see love. I watched an autistic gentleman who was 11 years of age, and he was on one of our Young Warrior programs, and I warned extensively about him at the start, and I don't take any notice of that when it comes from teachers or principals or whatever. I don't take any notice of that. I watched this young autistic gentleman see two individuals arguing in an exercise, and he came up to them and he looked at one in the eye and he looked at the other in the eye and he said, "You two are best friends. Why all this arguing? You love each other. Are you displaying it now?" And it's like, I seriously kid you not, there was not a dry eye in any adult watching what just happened. And the young men that were witness to this, not only those two that were in argument, but everyone saw the wisdom that came from this young man's heart. So love is the way forward. It's not mushy, gushy bullshit. It's so fucking palpable and fucking powerful, it moves the fucking universe. It will drive a person to do something way beyond measure. And when it comes from this pure loving place, and we allow ourselves to gift by elevating, and elevating all those around us, that's when we're going to shift. Fear won't change this situation out there right now. It just causes it going round and round and round in circles. So love is the only way that we can move forward. The ancients would always say there's only two emotions, fear and love. So how it's a practical way to operate in love? See two children argue and ask the question which takes them from love, through love, out of the argument. See two adults arguing and have a look at it and go, what question can I ask to elevate the question, to unite these two? For them to see not their differences, but their similarities. Trust that's been worth it. Love you long time. Bye.